What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Edge today. Yes, Edge. We're talking about Edge because, well, I mean, it's up 37%. It's not the first time that it's pumped recently. We actually had a very, very nice pump about a week or two ago here. Uh, I guess it would have been about 2 weeks ago at this point. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's get into it. First and foremost, I'm making this video because I don't think that we're at an appropriate time to invest in Edge. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing did continue to climb, but the risk here versus the reward is just, it's not really there. There's an abundant amount of cryptocurrencies that look just like this before the pump happened, right? You don't want to be chasing pumps. You want to be setting yourself up for the ones that have yet to pump. That's it. Or the ones that are starting to show strength before the endeavors are over. I'm not saying that it's over here. I wouldn't be surprised if Edge continued to climb. And I actually think what you're doing here is sound. But the time to buy would have been like yesterday if you wanted to get in at a lower risk point. So I'm really making this as like an anti-FOMO video. Because where we are is right at closing resistance here, right at wicking resistance here, wicking resistance there, wicking resistance there, right where we found support before. Back here, momentary support, a little bit above this area of resistance here. It's just not, especially with how far down you could go, there is a chance that from here, this is a lower high, you could reject and come back down. It's just not worth it, in my opinion, to FOMO off of this, okay? If Edge got put on your radar like it did for me, and you didn't pull the trigger here, this is definitely not the place to pull the trigger. Though, again, I wouldn't be surprised if it did continue to climb from here a little bit. Let's look at the short-term stuff. I'll go over my price predictions. Maybe by the end of this video, I'll be like, we need to buy some Edge right now. This thing's about to go to $10. I don't know. We'll see. That's just my initial thoughts, okay? I like to give my opening thoughts. The closing thoughts are subject to change. So if you're watching this video for 1 minute and you think you know what I'm going to say by the end of it, you're wrong. Sometimes. 1 hour time frame. Let's look at this. Good volume coming in. Love to see it. It looks like Edge means business here. I mean, 24% in the last hour. And this is the hour right before the stock market opens. I don't know if there's any correlation to that, but not bad, not bad. 1 hour RSI, a little bit of a double top. I don't like that. I'm not a big double top guy. 5 minutes left. We pull back enough. It's not a higher high anymore. It really is a true double top. We might even get bearish divergence, and that would be a cause for concern to pull back to prices that are about 17% or more to the downside. So again, just not really a good time to get in right now. We look at this on the MACD. The MACD on the 1 hour actually does look pretty good. You know, whatever, you're getting the cross. That's probably why you blew up, but nothing to go off of here. Stochastics are separated. Notice here the relationship with the stochastics, okay? When the blue line separates from the orange line, you're getting that serious divergence. Look at that here, right? You typically are at a point at which you top off. And we're getting that now, separation, right? It's a bigger move, but the same things apply here to these smaller moves. We look at this 4 hour time frame. Pretty strong, pretty good move. Decent volume too. At this point in time, I don't know if I would say that I believe we're going to see a lower low. It could happen. It's something to be apprehensive about, but I think calling for a higher low is more than appropriate, but a higher low nonetheless, and it could be 17% or more of a drop before you continue to climb higher. We could do stuff like really weird stuff and continue overall to build and then blow up. You know, it does not have to be a straight line, but if you're buying here, you're going to be tested. Wouldn't you rather be patient, and if the opportunity promotes itself, you can buy, or if it escapes without you, you can choose from the rest of the whole damn market that looks like it's about to pump too. You know, there's opportunity. This is not the only opportunity, and that's really the message that I'm trying to deliver here. Very solid readings, very overbought though. You're above the 90. It's not in me really to buy anything when we've got 90 readings on the RSI. Stochastics are coming up to the overbought zone where we've rejected the last few times. Whether it's a big pump or a little pump, this is where we reject. The MACD is also testing the zero. This could be where you reject as well. You had some bullish divergence that's playing out now. I don't think it's anything more than that. If you're buying here, you are the definition of somebody who invests based on FOMO and emotion. Okay? Bouncing off the 50 is good. Rejecting the overbought zone is not so good. It's a little bit of a bullish yet neutral kind of stance. I mean, 10 hours left in the day. Let's see where the day closes. I'll tell you what, if you can get into the overbought zone and not just close here, I think that would be good. I think that'd be a good look, right? You don't want to reject the overbought zone. You want to get up in there. Even then, it was kind of a one-off, but But I do think that this was the commencement of something that will further the price action to the upside. I'm just not 100% convinced that it happens right now. I don't think that this is that next phase. I don't know if it's going to look like that personally. I think boring, very boring, big move up, exciting, boring, very boring, and then we'll probably have another big move up, right? And in this boring time, you're going to have fear and excitement as well, but for a brief moment. Let's look at this real quick. Low to high. Golden ratio support, that's awesome. It's very common to go from the golden ratio up to these areas and still work your way down. Again, I'm not calling for a lower low, but even if we did see lower lows, it's not a problem. It's still a higher low overall. The lowest price I'd give you right now would be something at about 9 cents. 9 cents to 10.3 cents. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back down to about 15.2 cents and bounced from there. You know, we could very well do that. We could come back down to the golden ratio, bounce from this zone, get a slightly lower low. You know, anything could happen. At this point, really what I think the most appropriate call would be is further consolidation, which implies some more volatility and potentially a breakout higher later this week or sometime next week or maybe even next month in April. Looking at this as a turnaround point here for edge, and that is what I'm looking at it as overall. I just want to be opportunistic here. Okay, hold on. Edge, I think it's edge D, right? Yeah, there we go. We get the all-time history. There we go. I mean, just look at how many times we found resistance in this area, right? From a high to a low, we could be seeing a overall retracement from here that takes you up to 36 to 43 cents. Now, being at 18 cents, that's not bad. That's not bad. But assuming that we could pull back to 14 cents, I mean, wouldn't you rather that? You know, 18 cents here to 14 cents. That's a little bit. It's a little bit more than I'm comfortable with risking just to prove a point, right? That I have conviction. I think being opportunistic is important, especially when there are so many opportunities in the markets. This 236 level, it's not just a fib level. It's also an area that you found resistance here before, resistance here before as well. All throughout here you found resistance. So back tested for support, structure, move higher. Simple thought, consolidate further. I think we're at a high point in this consolidation, nothing more, nothing less. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one, okay? Bye-bye.